Welcome back. Now, before we take a look at the day's business news, let's first take a look at the stock indices across the GCC. And in our top business story, UAE air traffic is set to almost double in the next decade, as 1.62 million aircraft movements are expected in UAE airspace by 2030, according to the Director General of the UAE General Civil Aviation Authority. According to news agency WAM, aircraft movements in the UAE saw a 6.7% growth in 2012, as the UAE Flight Information Region recorded a total of 741,450 aircraft movements. It is expected that the UAE FIR will have 895,468 flight movements in 2015, over 1.13 million by 2020 and 1.63 million by 2030. Saif Mohammed Al Suwaidi, the Director General of the GCAA, was quoted as saying that in order to meet the demands of air traffic management, the GCAA recently signed an agreement with Airbus Prosky, one of the world's leading organisations in ATM solutions and airspace design, to start the first phase of the UAE Airspace Enhancement Programme. He added that there were many airspace changes in 2012, such as the RNPAR project in Abu Dhabi, the Dubai Airport Development Phase 1 and the launch of the Delta sector. There are also ongoing airspace proposals due for implementation in 2013 with Bahrain and Oman. Etihad Airways has announced its first ever US sponsorship deal, and the airline is now the official sponsor for Nations Triathlon in the capital, Washington, D.C. The sponsorship follows the airline's launch of daily direct flights between Abu Dhabi and Washington in March. However, there have been no details of how much the deal is worth or how long it will be for. Under the agreement, though, Etihad will provide nation triathlon athletes with free flights and other promotional activities, as well as forging a partnership between the event in Washington and the Tri-Yas Triathlon in Abu Dhabi. Dubai's residential market maintained a positive performance in the second quarter of the year, backed by strong economic fundamentals and a return of confidence into the Dubai market. That's according to the latest report. The Dubai Real Estate Market Overview Q2 2013 from Jones Lang LaSalle revealed that for Q2, the Radian Rent Index increased by 12% year-on-year and 3% quarter-on-quarter. The Villa Rent Index went up by 13% year-on-year and achieved its peak value in May, while the Apartment Rental Index improved 12% year-on-year. The report added that following the recent rise in rental values, some tenants have started to consider more affordable secondary locations, a move that has resulted in a slower rental growth in some well-established areas. The sale index, however, improved by 16% year-on-year, but only 3% quarter-on-quarter. The apartment sector outperformed the villa market, with the apartment sale price index increasing 17% year-on-year and the villa sale price index rising 12%. The main residential delivery for the quarter was Cayenne Tower, while a further 18,600 residential units are expected to come on the market before the end of the year, and around 38,000 by 2015. US equity markets rallied to close the week at record all-time highs, as meeting minutes from the most recent FOMC meeting from June showed that the Fed would warrant a wait-and-watch approach with regards to a taper to their existing asset purchase program. Markets welcomed the developments, with higher-yielding assets and equities rallying to touch all-time highs and the dollar paring some of its gains over the past few weeks. Risk sentiments continue to improve into today's trading session as data from China showed growth was in line with expectations, albeit slowing from the quarter before. Well, we earlier spoke with Gaurav Kashyap, the head of the DGCX desk at Al Pari Middle East, to see if this bullish sentiment would continue into the week ahead.
Well, we saw U.S. equity markets close the week on a very, very bullish note, once again testing record all-time highs. This followed the release of the FOMC's meeting minutes on Wednesday, which showed that they would probably back off from any talks of tapering. What we can expect to see in the trading week ahead is more of the same type of sentiment driving equity markets higher. Once again, we're in the bulk of Quarter 2 earnings. We have a lot of big Fortune 500 companies announcing their earnings in the week ahead. A couple of which we'll be following will be Citigroup in today's trading session. Also, this will be followed by Goldman Sachs in the week ahead, along with IT giants such as Intel, Google, and Microsoft. Consumer giants like Johnson & Johnson and Coca-Cola will be also announcing their earnings, and we will be expecting to see a little bit of more confidence coming into the U.S. equity markets as a result of these better than expected earnings for Quarter 2. Also, what we will be watching for will be Ben Bernanke's semi-annual testimony to Congress. This will take place on Tuesday and Wednesday. Once again, his words will be monitored, and we can expect him to adopt more of a wait-and-watch approach with regards to that talk of a taper. Once again, equity markets will remain well bought in the week ahead. We will expect the dollar to give up some of its recent gains that we've encountered over the past 1.5 months. We do have a host of inflation data coming out from the US, the UK, and the Eurozone. This will have an impact on gold prices, but overall gold looks good to test. Initially test 1,300 a troy ounce, and this will be followed by 1,340 in the week ahead.